there, friends. Nibs again, out at the range, just doing a little shooting tonight, a little relaxing. Spent the afternoon doing a bunch of yard work and actually cutting and splitting some old logs we had around back so wife could make some fires in her fire pit, but I wanted to get out tonight and just do a little bit of shooting. Brought out one of my little cheap plinkers. Yeah, right. This one is quite a gun. This one is my Model 52C, actually one of two Model 52Cs that I have. This particular one is US Property marked, and the serial number on it dates it to 1961, and the serial number on this scope, so I have a unertl 12X Ultra Varmint. Has a 2-inch objective on the 2-inch objective on the front, 1-inch tube, which is very unusual for unertl scopes. Most of the unertl scopes have a 3/4 inch tube, but this one has the larger 2-inch bell and a 1-inch tube, and it is a 12X scope. So it really does a really good job of light gathering and very clear. So I am going to be shooting here at 50 yards. It is a really nice day. There's just the tiniest little bit of breeze out here, but not enough to complain about, especially compared to most days. But I thought I'd do a little bit of kind of a head-to-head challenge with some ammos that I've had on hand for a while, and then put it up against this Norma tac-22. You just do one group with each kind and see how they do. I know that this rifle does like this Geco stuff, so I'm going to try a 5-shot group with each one of those, and then we'll move on to the oh good, I only got to get another box of this match in my range box. That's the last 5 shots for that one, but I hope the camera's doing all right downrange there, because the sun is pretty rough right at this point, but I think I can actually see the target in the camera, so I think it'll be an okay video down there. So let's go ahead and oh, somebody's coming in. I hope they're not coming over to the range. But so yeah, this is a fantastic shooter. I had my 52D out last weekend. I did some shooting when I first got this Norma tac, and it really liked that in that one, but let's go ahead and see what this 52C can do with it. I actually did shoot just a couple of sighters with the Norma before I started the video up, just to make sure I was at least hitting on near the bullseye. So I expect maybe the point of impact will change a little bit with these other ammos, but it shouldn't be too bad of a difference. It's a little bit, the conditions a little bit tough with that sun in my face, so that makes getting a good, nice steady rest a little difficult. So that will affect my, ooh, mosquitoes are coming out. And that one went in the same hole as the last one. Not a one-hole group, but it's definitely a decent looking group down there so far. I think that one again went in the, making the second and third shot a little bit larger ragged hole. All right, so the last 4 shots all went into the same hole. The first shot was obviously a flyer, and that's annoying, and it's all my fault, but what are you gonna do? Still a good looking group. So let's go ahead and we'll do, so that was the Geco match, which I'm not 100% sure that there's any difference between that and this Geco rifle, but we'll go ahead and shoot a 5-shot group with, I do have a magazine for this one, so that one of the big differences between the 52D and the 52C is the 52D is a single shot only, where all of the other versions before the 52D had the capability of taking a magazine. This particular one, I do have a magazine for it, but right now I have the single shot adapter in there, so which is how most people would have shot these for competitions and matches and stuff. So I did find a write-up online that, and I really haven't found any other evidence to kind of corroborate that one write-up, but the one thing I did find was an article saying that the Marines used these 52Cs back in the 50s and 60s with these type of scopes on them as a beginning trainer for their snipers. So it's a good possibility that this, because the serial number of this scope puts it in the same timeline as the serial number of the rifle, so it's a really good possibility that this scope and rifle combination have been together since their early days and used to train sniper, Marines or Army marksmen. That would be pretty cool if I could find a little bit more. Oh, that sun is just to the point where it's hazing out my objective there. If I don't get my face just right. But yeah, that would be pretty cool if I could find some more evidence to prove that that history of this rifle out. That would be very fun. Got a nice looking group going so far with the Geco rifle. So all of these, the Geco rifle, the Geco match, and the Norma tac all have the same RWS head stamp on them. So I truly suspect that there is not much difference between one and the other. They're definitely made in the same plant on the same machines, but maybe the processing for the match grade ammo is a little bit better. All right, got a little bit of vertical stringing on that one, but it's still one elongated single ragged hole. So, all right, so now we will move on to the Norma tac-22. And in my testing that I did with the 52D, that gun really liked that ammo, so we'll go ahead and we'll see what this, so the 52D that I had was made in around 1965 or 66 from what I recall, and then this 52C, like I said, was made in 61, so they're pretty close together. high, and so I'm creeping up a little to the right on all these shots here, but it's we're going for the groups, not for the, you know, the direct bullseyes or whatever. So oh, that one centered right up. I think that went in one of those two holes. Couldn't tell which one. I think it was the second one there. Yeah, looks like that was a little bit larger now. All right. Got one in between the two other holes. Not looking too bad, huh? So this one here, I don't have to run down and get the target. I can actually see what I'm doing with this scope. It's such a nice scope. It's not quite as nice as those, well, I don't know. It's a great scope. I like those other ones that are the 24X. I've got that Belvar. It's a 24X, and I've got that Redfield 3200 that's a 24X. And that thing, you can read the fine print at the bottom of the target with that one. But this one here, I have no trouble seeing bullet impacts. All right, well, that looks like a fantastic group too. If I had to give it to one ammo right off the bat, looking at it, it looks like the Norma would take it as far as a group size. But boy, they're all really close. I had that one flyer on the Geco match. So, but anyway, there you go. That's some good shooting. This is a great shooting gun. Behind the sitting in front of somebody who actually knew what they were doing shooting would probably be all one-hole groups, but really have a lot of fun shooting these old timers. Just kind of getting inspired to get some of my target guns out, watching the revolver guy over at Day at the Range. I sure hope he watches my channel. I comment on his all the time, and he likes it, so I'm hoping he takes a look at my channel. But he's got some really fine stuff. I really get into this old vintage stuff. He's got some nice vintage Target 22s as well, but he's got a lot of newer stuff as well. But this guy's really capable. You can see the groups are fantastic at 50 yards. If I got out here earlier, the lighting was a little bit better. I might try see what we could do at 100 yards, but right now I don't think I'd be able to see. Yeah. Just washing me out too much at 100 yards. That sun beating right into the objective there. But anyway, there you go. Model 52C, US Property, possibly a US Marines sniper training platform. Like I said, I read an article that suggested that this was what they would use, this particular setup, to train their snipers back in the day, post World War II and post Korea. And this one falls right into that time frame and the right setup. So I wish I could find a little bit more evidence to pinpoint that in a little bit closer, but it's still a cool story, so I'm going to stick with that until I can prove otherwise. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I do post up new videos. Till next time, have a great day.